particular provisions of the original Build Back Better, pay leave, and drug pricing seem like they may fall out of this final bill. So I was wondering what the status is of negotiations as to those provisions and whether you have any confidence that they will end up in the final bill.
Well, nothing is agreed upon until everything is agreed upon, and certainly as it relates to drug pricing, there are ongoing discussions. I believe there has been meaningful progress made in that area with respect to paid family leave. You know, let's see where some of the senators who have expressed some reticence land.
Speaker Pelosi told us 30 minutes ago that the outstanding issues between House Democrats will be resolved by the end of the day. Are you also on that same page?
If that is something that Speaker Pelosi has indicated, that is something that I agree with. Back.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. There may still be a handful of Republicans that end up voting for a bipartisan infrastructure. I'm just wondering whether or not it's consequential to the final vote count. How significant is that for you?
Joe, you want to speak to this?
I guess I would say that it's no surprise that the bipartisan infrastructure deal has bipartisan support, right? It's a popular bill that ultimately would rebuild our crumbling roads and bridges and fund important projects across the United States, including in my state of Colorado, forestry projects, climate-related provisions, water infrastructure projects. The bill has a whole lot that I think will inure to the benefit of the American people, which is why it attracted, over 60 votes in the United States Senate and had Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer both voting for it. So we'll see ultimately how many Republicans vote for it here in the House. One would assume that given all of their statements in the past about the need for us to fund infrastructure and the failed efforts by the former president, as you all remember, Infrastructure Week being a regular occurrence for almost 4 years, but very little in terms of substance actually being done, that on this occasion they would step up to the plate and vote in support of what is clearly a bipartisan bill that's going to do a whole lot for the people of their communities.
I'd like to jump in there too. If we get 10 or 12 Republicans voting yes on the bipartisan infrastructure deal, that won't be the wonder. The wonder will be what happened to the rest of the Republicans. Don't they care about investing in American infrastructure? Don't we need to make America competitive with Europe and Russia and China? Don't we need to grease the skids for American businesses by beefing up our ports and our railroads and our highways and our bridges? We were handed down a portfolio of infrastructure assets by the greatest generation. Who are we to say we should not invest in these things and beef them up and expand them and make them stronger, to make our nation stronger? That will be the wonder. Why are Republicans voting no on this?
You're going to get some Republicans. This is Debbie Dingle, you all know, some love. Congress means coming together. We need to come together more. We're Americans, and I think everybody behind us. And I think it's sad that Republicans are having their arms broken about not voting for it. I know there's so many things we agree on. We need to remember what the Congress is. Compromise isn't a dirty word, and Congress means coming together.